A new wolf howls in the lion's den. NJPW's newcomer Wolf Aaron earns praise in debut appearance at Korakuen Hall. In a night filled with the thunder of slams, roars from the crowd, and the beating heart of tradition echoing through the sacred halls of Korakuen, a new name quietly made its way into the consciousness of New Japan Pro Wrestling (NJPW) fans: Wolf Aaron. Although not competing in the ring himself, Wolf Aaron took his first official step into NJPW's world on one of the promotion's most storied stages, Korakuen Hall. As a seconding wrestler, a supporting role often seen in Japanese pro wrestling where wrestlers assist and observe at ringside, Aaron made his debut by showing not just respect for tradition but a keen sense of presence that immediately caught the attention of fans, wrestlers, and commentators alike. In his own words, he described the experience as a learning one, but for many in attendance, it was more than just that, it was the beginning of a story they felt privileged to witness from page one. From overseas aspirant to ringside reality. Wolf Aaron's arrival to NJPW hasn't been surrounded by the typical pomp and hype that many foreign wrestlers receive when debuting in Japan. Instead, he arrived as part of NJPW's long-standing tradition of grooming talent through the Young Lion system, where humility, respect, and dedication form the foundation before one is even allowed to dream of championship gold. Trained abroad and reportedly with a background in amateur wrestling and martial arts, Aaron's journey to Japan reflects a desire to absorb the essence of strong style, a deeply rooted philosophy in NJPW that combines realistic strikes, athletic competition, and disciplined storytelling in the ring. "I didn't come here to skip the line," Aaron told NJPW backstage media. "I came to learn, from the very best, in the best place to do it. Korakuen Hall, for my first seconding. That's already more than I could have asked for. A ringside debut unlike any other. The match that Wolf Aaron was seconding wasn't even the main event. In many cases, seconding duties are passed over as mundane or reserved for observation and moral support. But something unique happened that night, and it placed Aaron in a position that allowed fans to truly see him, even before he stepped into the squared circle as a competitor. Midway through a heated tag match involving veteran NJPW stars and members of a foreign heel stable, tempers flared and action spilled outside the ring. Chairs flew, insults rained, and the referee struggled to regain order. It was in this chaos that Wolf Aaron acted instinctively. Spotting one of his stablemates being overwhelmed near the timekeeper's table, Aaron swiftly stepped between the combatants, not with aggression but with calculated control. He physically separated the wrestlers, shielding staff in the process and gesturing toward officials for backup. The crowd buzzed, not out of shock, but out of appreciation. "He didn't overstep," one longtime NJPW fan said. "He didn't try to be a hero. He just handled it the way a true professional would. That's rare to see in someone so new." The fans take notice. By the end of the night, Wolf Aaron was trending on Japanese wrestling Twitter circles. GIFs of his intervention, screenshots of his focused expression at ringside, and speculation about his background began to swirl online. Fans especially noted the restraint and calm he showed under pressure, something that can't be taught easily. "There's an aura to him," wrote one fan in a viral tweet. "Like he's not here to make noise, but he will. When the time comes, he's going to explode, and we'll be there for it." Others praised NJPW for its slow and steady introduction, a strategy reminiscent of how stars like Jay White and Carl Anderson were first integrated into the roster. A nod from the veterans. Backstage, reactions were equally respectful. One NJPW senior wrestler, who asked not to be named, reportedly remarked, "He didn't panic. That's a good sign. The ring will test him, but he passed his first test tonight." In a short post-match interview, Tetsuya Naito, who wasn't even involved in the match, casually referenced Aaron during a backstage promo, "That kid with the wolf haircut. Not bad. Has eyes like he's already seen some things." For a newcomer, even a passing mention from a main eventer is like a badge of honor. Who is Wolf Aaron? While NJPW hasn't released a full bio yet, information gleaned from interviews and fan research paints the picture of a well-traveled athlete. Aaron reportedly hails from the U.S. Midwest and has roots in both collegiate wrestling and Muay Thai. He's fluent in English and conversational Japanese, and has spent recent months training in NJPW's LA dojo under Katsuyori Shibata. From those who've seen his early training matches in California, the buzz is that he brings a rugged, intense style, a blend of technical control and striking power. Coaches at the LA dojo have commented on his discipline and willingness to do The dirty work, mopping mats, carrying gear, and absorbing criticism with gratitude. He's got that blue-collar heart, a former dojo mate said in an online interview. And in wrestling, that takes you far if you stay the course. NJPW's Young Lion tradition, a path of patience. Wolf Aaron's debut comes as part of NJPW's long-standing practice of developing foreign talent through the Young Lion system, a rigorous, character-building pathway that often strips down a wrestler's persona to rebuild it from the ground up. From wearing only black trunks and boots to limiting in-ring movesets to basic holds and throws, the system humbles even the most experienced athletes. But it has proven to be one of the most effective programs in the world, producing stars like Kazuka Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Shota Umino. By starting as a second and slowly integrating into matches, Aaron is being given the chance to earn his spot, not through hype, but through effort. What's next for the Wolf? While no matches have been officially announced, there is speculation that Aaron will soon make his in-ring debut, possibly during one of the upcoming NJPW Road to Destruction events. Observers believe that the company is gauging crowd reactions and waiting for the right moment to light the fuse. Fans are also eager to see whether he'll be part of an established faction or remain independent for now. Given his interactions at ringside, some wonder if he'll align with Huntai, the main unit of NJPW's babyfaces, or whether he might find himself drawn into the darker world of Bullet Club or House of Torture. Whatever the case, Aaron has already made it clear that he's here to learn, not leapfrog. I've watched NJPW since I was a kid. To be here, even in a second's role, in this hall, with these fans, it's surreal, he said. But it's also a responsibility. You don't just walk into Korakuen Hall and act like you belong. You earn that feeling, every day. Final thoughts. A spark has been lit. Pro wrestling is often about spectacle, fireworks, betrayals, finishes, titles. But sometimes, the most lasting impressions come from subtle, grounded moments. A quiet stare, a hand held out to a fallen wrestler. A calm figure stepping between chaos and control. Wolf Aaron's debut as a second wasn't headline-grabbing in a traditional sense, but it was significant. It introduced a presence, a potential, a whisper, of something more to come. And in NJPW, where storytelling is king and slow burns lead to roaring fires, that whisper may one day become a howl that shakes the entire promotion. Fans are watching, the wrestlers are watching, and Wolf Aaron, with humility, intensity, and quiet resolve, is watching back, ready for the next lesson, the next test, and eventually, the first bell.